So up we go. Carolina Moon, Boss Wave, a Kitty Shiraz, Regards Gina. You're Lucky, Montana, and Lockett and Eddie off the outside. It's the field of 7 here. And we're boxed away and set to go. He sells TAB. Round it comes. Favourite Montana. Racing. Montana gets away only fair. Early speed going the way up wide here too. Regards Gina, Kitty Shiraz and Outbiter still there. We go to Lockett and Eddie and hunting up the rail. You're Lucky finds. You're Lucky to the lead here from Lockett and Eddie. Gap in the field. There we go to Carolina Moon, followed there by Montana. Off the track there we go. Regards Gina. That's followed down on the inside. Kitty Shiraz and Boss Wave. Off the top they come. You're Lucky still going nice. The favourite starts to stalk now. Montana along with Lockett and Eddie. Up they come out wide. Lockett and Eddie along the paint though. Montana will get you home. Montana, You're Lucky, Lockett and Eddie. Then we go here close. Kitty Shiraz, Regards Gina. And towards the tail of the field here now, Carolina Moon and Boss Wave. Had a fair bit to do. Did Montana, but did it nice in the end. We'll get up over the pace, making You're Lucky. Lockett and Eddie, and the 5, 9, 2, 8 and 5. 30 and 88 was the winner's time here. Running 15 and 16. Had to do a fair bit of work, hasn't it? But just stuck down on the inside and just kept hunting the rail there and got there by a length, by 3/4 of a length. And we'll get you home. The last few bounds. 471, 1572, running 15 and 16. So number 9, as you can see, very slow then when it went past me the first time. Had a bit of work to do. So it come out on its nose a stripe. So back last in the early hunt, and it just worked and worked along the inside down the back straight. And has been a nice win, Liz, to get up and to get the prize. Montana in race number 7. There's the gap opening up there halfway down. And away he goes to score nicely. That's the second today, I think, for Phil Green. Nice win to the favourite, number 9.
He's done a good job here, this favourite Montana. He sort of scooted out of the boxes. He got back to last and has hit the line very well there to score. Congratulations to Phil Green. 2, You're Lucky, led them out and has gone a good race there for second, and 8, Lockett and Eddie on the downgrade today. Better run today for third. 9, 2, 8 there in race number 7. 9, Montana closed off at 271.90. Number 2, You're Lucky, 220, and 8, Lockett and Eddie, no third dividend. 2, 9, Quinella pays $4.10. The trifecta, 9, 2, 8, $39. First 4, 9, 2, 8, 5. $107.80. That was race number 7 on the program. Aidan will be back again before the 8th at 3:53.
Good on you, Liz. Wrap that one up shortly as well. Don't forget about those bonus pools getting in later on for the quaddie, and also the first 4 for race 10 from the Greyhound. In the meantime, we're getting you back to Nelson. Our man on the track there is Matt Cross, and Matt, Ricky May and Greg and Nina Hope have absolutely dominated in the sea going through. The Hopes have got another strong hand in this race too.
Yeah, they do. They've got 2 runners in here, and I think Ricky's on the better of the 2 chances, and we'll hear that from Greg Hope very shortly. I spoke to him earlier regarding these 2. Cullen's Lady was good winning on the first day, comes into this race well placed. It's got a good barrier to work with. Arizona Atom, though, with barrier number 1, and with speed, I think it will be the best out of the 2. Should step cleanly, Arizona Atom also. It's won both of its races from the stands. While we're looking at the horse, it's at $2.70 and $1.30, $2.50 and $1.20. Ricky May doing the driving aboard this one. We get down to Allison Stocky, $6, $1.80, and Sandvik Star, $5 and $1.75. Just inside 3.5 minutes away from start time, here's Greg Hope. He has 2 runners in the race. Arizona Atom gets a good draw here. Talk us through the first day run.
He needed the run. He was always going to be vulnerable. He just had one quiet workout at Rangiora, and we were sort of running out of time to get him ready for the meeting. You'd like to think that he would improve from the run. He ran out a bit, and we'll just do a couple of gear change and putting a rain pricker on the outside just to compensate for what he was doing. And but yeah, you'd imagine that he'd be improved by the run. He backed up good in the summer meeting and won, so you'd expect him to be a better horse today.
Under the circumstances of the first day, you must have been really impressed with the way that Cullen's Lady went.
Yeah, no, she went good. She's not a superstar. She's just a nice handy mare that's going to pick another race up, I think. So Ricky was really impressed by her run. He thought that she actually went good, steered good, and he was wrapped with her run. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how she backs up. But yeah, there's not a lot between them, to be fair, you know, and it'll be down to the run.
Greg Hope, co-trainer of number 1 Arizona Atom, and also Cullen's Lady number 6 Stevie Golding aboard Cullen's Lady. Ricky May on Arizona Atom. There's a look at number 3 Can Drew, the winner of 3 from 62. Peter Davis does the driving here for Margot 9, was placed 5th and behind Zach's Patrol on the first day. Mr. Medal comes into this placed 6th. He's at $15 and $2.90, number 2 in the book. On the others, we heard from Andrew Fitzgerald earlier regarding Nothing to Laugh About from the Peter Robertson stable. Suggested that the mare has got another win in it somewhere. Will need the right run in the race. We head over the page to Alison Stocky. A pretty smart 2-year-old filly, 7th in the Jewels and behind Dream About Me. Was only 8.5 lengths away from it. And then come here and run 7th to Zach's Patrol, only 4 lengths away. And then Sandvik Star off the 10 metres, who is the obvious other contender in the race. And I'm sure everybody has in their first 3, number 11, Sandvik Star. $5.30 and $2 around it. So I went 1 to beat 6. Cullen's Lady, I thought it could utilise the good draw that it has off the front line here. It's good from a stand. To beat home number 9, it's Alison Stocky. And 11, Sandvik Star. So 1, 6, 9. And 11 in terms of playing the double on the last 2 races here at Richmond Park. In the last, you've got Mark Denario, Art Exhibit, Valor Luster, Corroboree, Karinga Delights. Fairly open race. Art Exhibit will no doubt start as the favourites. Race number 11 on the programme, the Genix Handicap Pace. 1, 6, 9, 11 for me. Mark, how did you see the 11?
Pretty similar to you, Matt. 1, 6, 11 and 9 for me. I went with the 1 simply because of the Ricky May factor. He drove Cullen's Lady on the first day, and he steered Arizona Atom into 4th behind Zach's Patrol, who's run a creditable 4th in the Cup today. So on that 1 to beat the stablemate Cullen's Legacy, she looked pretty well over there at the start. Was just getting a touch warm a minute or 2 ago, but was nice and relaxed in the prelim. I've got the 11 in Sandvik Star because he's so honest, and the 9, which is Alison Stocky, to round out the first 4. So 1, 6, 11 and 9. Genix Handicap raced 11 of 12. Reganina Hope looking for 5 for the day. They're represented by Arizona Atom and also Cullen's Lady here. Both of them have the Hill colours on, the royal blue with the white sash and black sleeves of George Hill, the owner. Ricky May wears the gold cap. It's a white cap with Stevie Golding on Cullen's Lady. Peter Davis, a black and white quartered cap. Can Dew, white cap, John Dunn Royal Cynic. Katie Cox, yellow cap, Arcano. White cap, Sam Otley on Major Patron, both members of the Murray Pash Barn. Up they come. May pause, a hold on call. Mr. Medal racing now. And away just a little bit roughly for a couple of strides was Can Dew, galloping out Cullen's Lady, and that's more than a few strides. So one of the favourites is in a bad gallop just after the start. Sandvik Star gets by her, and she's back into a pace now, but is going to settle down 4 lengths behind Sandvik Star. Up front, Arizona Atom keeping the lead over Alison Stocky, who did go up and have a bit of a look for it. 2 lengths away, third, Mr. Medal, and 2 lengths the grey Arcano. Can Dew getting right through along the inside to race 4 back from Major Patron, Nothing to Laugh About. 1.5 lengths Royal Cynic, 2 lengths Coyote. 4 lengths away then is Sandvik Star back with Cullen's Lady. The leader is Arizona Atom by 1.5 lengths on Alison Stocky trailing second. Third, Mr. Medal, and Arcano Park running 4th. 4 back the inside, Can Dew, and a neck away next on the outer is Major Patron. 1.5 lengths, Nothing to Laugh About from Coyote, and then came Royal Cynic. And the last 2 are Cullen's Lady and also Sandvik Star. Arizona Atom and Ricky May by 1.5 lengths over Alison Stocky, who trails second. Racing Park, Arcano, and Mr. Medal is now buried 3 back the inside. Stablemate of Arcano, Major Patron follows it forward in the running line. Next, Can Dew from Nothing to Laugh About. 1.5 lengths Coyote from down next to the inside, Royal Cynic. Cullen's Lady second last, and Sandvik Star whips them in. 1,200 to go as they leave the straight behind. And the leader is still Arizona Atom. Move coming from back in the field, Royal Cynic and also Sandvik Star are taking off. But it is Arizona Atom by 1.5 lengths on the trailing Alison Stocky. 3 wide to third went Royal Cynic around Arcano. 3 wide to fifth, Sandvik Star from Mr. Medal, 3 back the inside. Next is Major Patron from Can Dew. 3 wide is Coyote from Nothing to Laugh About, and Cullen's Lady is last. Down the back they pace, 8.50 to run. And the leader is still Arizona Atom by a half a length. Second outside the speed now, Sandvik Star, and third Alison Stokey's had a good trip in the trail. 1-1 Royal Cynic. Fifth on the inside, Mr. Metal, 1 length Arcano from Ken View. Then came Coyote, Major Patron, Cullen's Lady, and Nothing to Laugh About last, and a good 9 lengths off the speed. They lead the back, about 550 metres left to go. And the leader is still Arizona Atom. Margins a neck over Sandvik Star. Alison Stokey waits on the PGG Rights and Livestock passing lane in about a furlong's time. Ahead away next is Royal Cynic from Mr. Metal. Out pretty wide is Nothing to Laugh About on the improve around Coyote. Further back is Ken Dew, and then came Major Patron, and last to turn in Cullen's Lady. The leader is Arizona Atom, but Sandvik Star sticks on bravely, and they race together. Inside run Alison Stokey, favourites in big bother here. Royal Cynic's come out for a look. Sandvik Star hit the lead though, put a length and a half on Alison Stokey and Royal Cynic. Right through on the inside, Mr. Metal getting to a place, but it's Sandvik Star who's going to win again. Sandvik Star beat Mr. Metal, and third Ken Dew bobbing up late to just knock off Alison Stokey and also the stablemate Royal Cynic. Then Cullen's Lady. Next in Coyote from Nothing to Laugh About. Arizona Atom knocked up badly to beat 2 in, and that was Major Patron and Arcano. 11 Sandvik Star, 520 and 160. 2 Mr. Metal second at 340. 3 Ken Dew came from nowhere at $2.50. Good weekend for Dave Clements, Robbie Close and Reg Todd. Winner on Friday. Went around to park up down the back the last time. Arizona Atom found nothing turning in. In fact, the stablemate who missed a waste beaten at home, she's got a good race under the circumstances, Cullen's Lady. But it has been Sandvik Star, Mr. Metal deep on the PGG Rights and Livestock passing lane. And Margot 9 was looking like getting third with Royal Cynic, or even possibly even winning the race at one stage. Wasn't quite the case because Ken Dew's come flying down the outside to run into third spot. Or one of the most prestigious races coming up in the next at Auckland, Aiden, the Peter Early Classic. We better get back to you so we can get the build up for one of the features there today.
Yeah, thanks for that, Mark. We'll get there with Liz Whelan very shortly. Sandvik Star goes back-to-back, win 3 at start 21 for Regan Todd, and Robbie Close goes and does the Nelson double. Let's get you on track to Liz. Liz, Untraceable, a $1.90 favourite here for Dennis Schofield.
Yeah, and looks a really talented greyhound, 7 Untraceable. I caught up with Dennis Schofield earlier. It's a real shame that Gold Class had to be a late scratching. Untraceable, he's told me in the past, is a bit of a railer. He said that he's slow away though. Drawn to his outside is Janik, who usually carts hard left. He said that if Untraceable's a bit slow, then he should miss Janik, and thought he was a massive chance. He also said with the scratching of Gold Class, Spanish Fancy really comes right into this. Is at $4.50 and $1.55 fixed. We saw her lead them out in the Auckland Oaks last at Sunday and was a run down late by Gold Class. She didn't jump so well here on Thursday. That was a fairly messy race. I'd probably draw a line through that one, finishing 7th and behind Pretty Chic. Going off that second 2 starts back, I thought she was a big chance here if she does jump. The greyhound that we're going to take a look at is Untraceable, finishing 2nd here on Thursday and behind Pretty Chic, drew box 1 in the red rug. Stu, first of all, thinking about race 8, you've got Corbin Brick from box 1. What's his work been like lately?
It's the way here of Janik, does it? No, round the outside there we go to Pretty Chic, finds the lead and puts 5 or 6 on him. Come on. Untraceable back there. Further back we go to Prophecy. That's followed the outside here by Good Return. Back then out to Janik, a length or 2. Back there is Shirella. And towards the tail there, Spanish Fancy, one-tailed off. Gold Class off the top. They come. Is the lead big enough? Pretty Chic trying hard, and behind is Untraceable. Pretty Chic's got the break and will beat Untraceable. Third across there we go the way of a Good Return. Then we get back to...
So that was the last start run there by Untraceable. As you could see, it was a fairly messy race, but still hitting the line well there was Untraceable. 1 Corbin Brick, very talented greyhound for Matt Roberts. Earlier on I caught up with kennel representative Stu Barber. Stu, first of all, thinking about race 8, you've got Corbin Brick from box 1. What's his work been like lately?
His work's been great the last couple of weeks. He's now starting to improve a little bit more, and now he's going well.
It's a really good field that he's lining up in. What are your expectations from box 1?
Yeah, with that late scratching in the 2 helps his chances even more, but no, he's got to be a great chance from in there like Sorrel, so he should be hard to beat.
And in the silver collar final, Craig Roberts has got Lagoon Maito staying up, and he's been staying at Matt Roberts for the last week.
Yeah, that's correct. We've had him at home. His work's been great also and done well from last week, so he shouldn't be far away, hopefully.
He led for quite a bit of the heat last week. Would you like to see him flying in the front again today?
Maybe not. Possibly might be better with a bit of, trail 1-1 or something like that. He might be better coming off the pace than leading. Like before he come up, he had sort of gone better coming from behind. So maybe just behind, hopefully. Yep.
And both the greyhounds travelled up okay today?
Not too bad. Yeah, we had a bit of a hiccup on the desert road this morning, but we've overcome that. And now they're all here in one piece, so let's hope for the best.
Thanks very much for that, Stu, and all the best today.
Thank you.
Stu Barber there discussing Corborn Brick and also Lagoon Maite, which lines up in the Silver Collar final. It's looking very bouncy heading around to the start. Does Corborn Brick. I also quite like the 3 here, which is Spud Missile. That was a great run for second and behind Prophecy last start. And look, he's actually won some really good races. For example, he won his heat of the Futurity over Kissing Gwyneth. Made the final with the Derby. 3 Spud Missile, I thought also a chance here, paying $8 fixed. Getting closer into start time here for race number 8. Peter Early will join you for the Peter Early Classic.
Thanks there, Liz. So not far from bringing them up here. 7, 4, 8 and 3 for me here. Untraceable. Look, that was a good second the other day. Just seemed to touch the rail and going into the first bend and picked itself up, and I thought was getting to the line quite strongly. 4 Spanish Fancy, Scoey's runner, likes to get to the lead. The 8 in the mix as well, Janik. I think he's better suited out wide to this dog. The 8, he's not the worst of them. It's $7.60 and $2.70. And putting the 3 of the late scratching of Gold Class Spud Missile. Likes to get out a little wide, Spud Missile. 7, 4, 8 and the 3 for me in this, the 8th of the day, the Peter Early Classic. So we'll bring them over. So not far from bringing them up, the 8th of the day. Favourite is Untraceable, about 2.20 cents. 5.80 for Corborn Brick and Spud Missile. So up we go. Corborn Brick, Spud Missile, Miss Selfie's Untraceable, Spanish Fancy, Shirella and Janik off the outside. Favourite Untraceable 2 and Money Back. So last couple go forward. The Peter Early Classic Greyhound set to go. Late scratching of Gold Class. Bunny are rolling. Set, ready. And racing, Corborn Brick comes out nicely. Bit of early speed. There we go. 2 Spanish Fancy. Round the outside of runners there is Janik. It's a bit of a charge. Let's pick them up in front. Corborn Brick finds the lead out wide of their Spud Missile. Spanish Fancy try to run into the races. Janik Untraceable. Further back there we go to Miss Selfies and Shirella. Off the top they come, and Corborn Brick still doing it okay. Round the outside here comes Untraceable. Starts to work further back there now is Spanish Fancy and Janik. Up they come, and the big bloke Untraceable will get away for Schofield. Who's going to run second? We'll go the way here of Janik, then to Corborn Brick, followed back there now by Spanish Fancy. That's followed home Spud Missile, Miss Selfies and Shirella will be the last one home. Untraceable, he just sat nicely all the way. It has proved too good once again. Number 7 to beat the 8 in Janik, the 1 in Corborn Brick and the 4 in Spanish Fancy. 30 and 39 the winner's time. And he just stalked him once again, didn't he? He was desperately unlucky here the other day, and backs up and does the job here and races away. And that 30 and 39 will beat the 8 to Janik. He's gone a bold race off the inside. Corborn Brick's given plenty, and Spanish Fancy 4.5. By a half, the official margins here. And you can see him, he's right back there, got a bit of a squeeze going into the first bend and almost pulled up, and it's been another big performance by him. He's got a bit of a head, this boy. 30 and 39 at the winner's time, and Untraceable by Hondo Black from you-know-which, scoring by 4.5 lengths by that half length for the Schofield Kennels. Beating the 8 to Janik, another Schofield runner, Dinah Lachlan, you-know-which, and the 1 Corborn Brick for Matty Roberts by Oaks Road from Asterisk. 4.74, 15.72. And that run in 14 and 67. He's been too good as expected. There Liz, Untraceable, taking out that Peter Early Classic.
Yeah, it's been a great performance there by the favourite Untraceable. I know Dennis has always thought a lot of this greyhound. He brought him over to meet me. His kennel name's Chex earlier on. Very timid greyhound is Untraceable, but obviously very, very talented. 8 Janik, great to see him